Timing.
Hey guys, we're back, and yeah, timing worked out pretty nice.
Nice.
Oh, Lazer's got a question for you in chat, I guess, before we get going. And I will make you host again because I cannot click things. StarCraft bugs are prevalent and annoying. But yeah, we're almost ready to go. Whenever the players are ready, I'm all good on my end, so you can get this show started. It's going to be Echo for the first map. Billowy, of course, is a Korean Protoss, for those who don't know. Elazer is a European Zerg. And, most importantly, everybody from this point on has earned a little bit of cash. For those who don't know the prize pool of the Corsair Cup, it's $100 every single week, $60 to first place, $20 to second, and $10 to third and fourth. Also, you guys have been super duper extra generous today. We're up to $130 donated, so it's like 65 something each, which is kind of nice, plus whatever ad revenue brings in. It's a nice day of cast, and I'll tell you what.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I love this this stream community. It's always nice. I actually always feel bad because I'm always one of those people who's like, oh, I subbed to too many people and I like unsub from everyone, and then like 2 weeks later I'm like, oh, I'm not subbed to BaseTrade, what the hell? And I like resub, and then I like lose my anniversary, and I'm like, no.
You'll never get your Partouf at this rate, bro.
I know, I'm such a noob, man. I should just make sure I always leave my my BaseTrade sub going permanently, but ain't nothing but a nub. This match is going to be good though. ZvP. Billowy has been playing pretty well recently.
It's, well, so Zomgroup and I have described this a bit funny, right? Oh, by the way, we can go whenever they're ready. I think they're ready.
Oh, sorry, I'm the host, right?
Yeah. Billowy's really been, when he's good, and when he's bad, he's bad. It has been really coin flippy on terms of his results lately. I said it in the last cast, and I'll stand by it. I would never bet on Billowy right now because he should win a lot of the games that he doesn't win. And then he should lose some of the games that he does win, so I don't know really where to judge him. Like, I'm not trying to be too judgmental. Objectively, Billowy's a good player still. Like, right? Here he is in the semifinals. But it's just so hard to predict what he's going to do. Elazer, I actually think Elazer knocked him out of Go for StarCraft this past Sunday as well. Or unless I'm thinking of a different Zerg. He did lose to Zerg, though, in the Go for StarCraft Cup.
Elazer has been on fire lately as well. Like, I love that he has Showtime as his portrait picture, because Showtime is the amazing PvZ player, and he's the guy who Elazer kept scalping recently in big tournaments, namely BlizzCon. And I'm really curious to see what he's doing in the current patch.
Are you familiar with BlizzCon? I didn't know you had. Did you go?
No, I was just sitting at home, man. In my basement.
Okay. Hey guys, thank you by the way to Alaska Winter for the 100-bit cheers. His new map list for 2017 is out. Cool, we'll have to take a look at that afterwards. But we're going to get into game number 1 of the semifinals. You guys are watching the Corsair Cup. If you guys want some awesome computer peripherals, if you want some RAM for your PC, power supplies, you name it, make sure to check out their website through the links down below, because they are, of course, the ones who've been sponsoring this for 43 weeks straight. But spawning on the top left side of the map, he's going to be our first player, the Zerg, the Yellow, the Elazer. Pew, 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 pew.
Our introduction. It's like a raven here, and of course the Protoss spawning the bottom right hand side, our red Protoss. It is Billowy.
Okay, I would normally not ask you this because it's been asked 400 times in chat, but I'm actually getting curious at this point more than I am annoyed. People want to, or at least this one guy really wants to know if you like corn on your pizza. Is that like a thing in Australia or something, or why is this being brought up over and over again?
I don't know. You know, I think I might have had corn on a pizza once, and I just have this theory that corn's good on anything. Like,
yeah,
you can
I literally love corn. Just
you could have vanilla ice cream, like plain ice cream. You could put corn in that; it would taste good. Like literally anything tastes good with corn in it. Like corn is just this like universal food that makes almost anything better. So I don't know if I've even had corn on a pizza, but I reckon I would enjoy it for sure.
I mean, if you guys like chicken, chickens eat corn. So I'm just saying, like transitive properties, corn is amazing. No, I agree. Like, sorry, I wasn't sure if it was like an Australianism I was unaware of or not. Have I ever gone over with some of the Canadianisms with you, by the way? Like, for example, shreddies.
What is this shreddies?
Okay, this needs to be told. I don't care what's happening in the game. Shreddies are square cereal bits, right? Like shredded wheat, right? Nothing too fancy.
Okay. Yeah. I've just Googled it.
Okay.
We have a similar thing.
No,
we call
here's
them
the best
something
part,
else.
Pig.
Yep.
Google Diamond Shreddies. Because this was like an amazing marketing campaign where they're like, we've got brand new Diamond Shreddies. It's a game changer. And all they did was they rotated it like 45 degrees or whatever, right? So the best part
That's
is
amazing.
there were actual combo packs made of Diamond Shreddies and Classic Shreddies.
Oh my god, that's actually amazing. That's some genius marketing right there. That's great.
That's what makes me proud to be a Canadian at the end of the day. Thank you very much to McBainTV for the new sub. Hype! The probe is going to actually get back home, maybe? Oh, it's a little bit tight, but gets in the wall with 5 health. Nice.
Okay, I should probably talk about the builds right now, because Elazer's done a gas pool, 17 gas, 17 pool. And the whole point of this build is it denies scouting, and the Protoss can't really see what the hell's going on. And there's always the threat that you just go YOLO with a Roachling all in. And that's exactly what Elazer's doing right now. He's denied scouting. These 2 Adepts are about to see it as they run into these Roaches on this side of the map. So this is going to be Billowy's first warning that he's under attack right now. And there we go. Oh, 1 Adept already almost going down. This is a complete all in. But look at Billowy's wall, man. 3 pylons, mothership core already out. If he just like walls off with some more gateways, I think he's going to be in a good spot to hold this off.
Well, part of this initially, but it's going to be a bit rough going forward if he burns them all and the pylons are picked off immediately. Big thank you as well to Drunk Old Gamer for the new sub. Hype! Just in time for the attack. But here we go. Link's going to be on that first one.
Going down. Nice play here from Billowy. He's going to wait until those Roaches come up that ramp before he uses the overcharge. He's got a second. Oh, yeah, he's got a second sentry here as well. I think if he throws down an extra gateway, yeah, there we go. He's just going to play this really safe. I think that gateway might be a little bit late, though, actually. He should have put that down earlier.
The force fields, of course, can't stop the Ravagers with their Corsair Bow, so they break right on in. The cannons get canceled, no chance to survive, and at this point, the Mothership Core's got 1 overcharge left in her. Probes are getting pulled, and Elazer's dealing a ton of damage.
Oh, another overcharge goes down. That's
walk
the big
away from it, though.
Right there. Elazer's still down about 9 workers right now, but there aren't many units out here for Billowy. Warp Gate research still hasn't finished. It's about to kick in.
That overcharge is about to wear off. Once that's gone, there's nothing else.
Sentries. I don't know if sentries are the right unit here. He needs something that can actually
picks the new sentry off too.
Oh man, that Mothership Core is dishing out its little bits of damage. But remember, Mothership Core is basically like a Marine in terms of damage output. It's going to take forever to kill these Roaches and Ravagers. More pylons go down.
Oh, that depowers 2 of the gateways. Wow. So even though Billy's got 1,000 minerals in his bank, he can't spend it right now. It's devastating to die with this much money, but he's pulling the other probes because he has to. There's nothing left to do. If these stalkers go down, that's it. And that's going to be game. I think Elazer broke him.
Oh man, Elazer here going for like a bit of a gamble with the big
one
all-in
single
attack,
warfare.
but it seems to be paying off right now. All the probes are pulled from the main base. He has to desperately try and defend this low ground. There is still a Ravager there, and it looks like just too many Zerglings right now. Actually, another overcharge goes down. Billowy might end up stabilizing for a moment, but with only 1 gateway producing, Elazer can just wait for that to run out, and then just run in with the rest of his Zerglings and finish him off.
Yeah, this is something where if there wasn't more coming, like had Elazer got ingredients start droning behind this, so then maybe there's a chance for Billowy, but this was still like the dedication of the attack that continued all in. The assault never stops, and that's what makes this so hard to deal with. Probes are just getting corralled into this. There's not a lot of mining going on, and while Billowy did have a bank, he's down to 400 minerals now, and if he's not mining, he's not getting any more. Probes are getting slaughtered on this point too, up to 25 workers killed. More Lings come in. There's going to be an overcharge in like 20 seconds, but that's still a long time off.
He actually did great probe micro in order to trap the Zerglings. Like, he's putting on a heroic hold here. But
yeah, this is all cross-server, too. Like, let's not forget, Billowy's coming from Korea, so this is, like, extra impressive.
And this is why you put down that extra gateway. Never underestimate the Roachling all-in, man. I think the Zergling's just getting out of control now. There's so little mining for Billowy. Another overcharge goes down, but it is too little.
Oh, he sees the Zealot. Are you serious?
Elazer actually still just holding down that that Zergling key right now. Gonna come in, he's just gonna focus down the gateway. Not enough money to wall off behind that for Billowy, and Billowy's gonna try and run his Zealot and Sentry to a choke point. Oh, but the Zerglings get the wraparound. Nice surround. Goodbye Sentry. The Zealot will go down soon after as well.
Another force field.
Man, heroic defense, but not enough.
It really, I mean, this was a really good showing out of Billowy, but as you said, yeah, like it's simply not enough. This is one of those games where I do wonder, like, had the gateway been down sooner, had the cannons been built faster, like, Could he have turned this around, or was this still always going to inevitably be a Lazer's victory?
Yeah, I think sentries were probably the wrong choice there as well. I feel like maybe Billowy thought it was just like a 7 roach pressure and there wouldn't be speedlings. He was like, you know what? I'll like buy time with force fields. If I have to put gateways, I can do that. And then he like put down a force field. It got instantly corrosive biled, and then his second force field landed on top of a corrosive bile. Like, so the corrosive bile landed a millisecond after.
Yeah,
it went
that
down.
looked
Just like
it almost looked like it
did
had bugged out, right? Like an Archon had stepped on it or something. Like that was so close.
I think Adepts would have been much better unit choices. Just something that just deals out like decent damage, has more hit points, and rely on gateways like and your mothership core to kind of just steadily deal damage, and then just throw down like more gateways because there's no such thing as too many warp-ins. Like, right, we saw when he had 1,000 minerals when Elazer was finally breaking him, and it was like, oh, if you just had like a few zealots warping in or adepts, anything, maybe you hang on there. So Billowy's got to be a little bit annoyed that he got broken by that. It's such a tight ramp. So maybe he just didn't think Elazer would go crazy all in with it. But Elazer, man, goes a bit YOLO, goes for the throat.
I mean, at the same time, for me, it's Elazer, right? Like, this is a really good Zerg player. I expect no less from him. Anyways, we're taking a moment to get everyone in the lobby, guys. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll see you in 2 minutes with game number 2. All right, timing is a little bit funky. I see Pig literally sprinting back to his computer. He'll be back in a moment, guys. So we're going to get into game number 2. Spawning the top left side of Whirlwind, we've got the orange Protoss. It's going to be Billowy. And spawning opposite of him in the top right, none other than the red Zerg, Elazer, currently up 1 game in the series. And welcome back, Pig. Just in the nick of time for this game to get going.
Sorry for running off there, man. There's like this garbage smell leaking into my apartment, so I just went and like closed up the doors and took out my own garbage in case it was coming from there.
That sounds horrendous.
Like, yeah, I think there's like been like people leaving out their bins in the apartment next to mine or something. I don't know. There was like this horrible stench seeping in, and I was like, I need to do something about this right now.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that's happening. This is the best part about having a partner, dude, because, well, you got to BRB and do something. The other guy can just get the show going. And we don't have to keep everyone waiting, and no stalls go down. So I will say, the number one thing I'm most proud about for BaseTradeTV that a lot of people might not appreciate is we are very efficient with the way we do things. We don't take too long on ads. We don't take 10-minute breaks. Like, we just bim, bam, boom. So I got you, man. Don't even worry. Don't even sweat.
Thanks, brother. It is going to be Nexus first again from Billowy. So same as last game, his warp gate research will be a little bit delayed as well as any tech, but he gets the 2-gate adept pressure out, so it'll give him a nice little opportunity to scout a little bit.
So I actually want to talk a little bit on what Billowy has been doing. If you guys actually tuned in yesterday during the Go for StarCraft Cup, we cast quite a few of his games versus Zerg, and a lot of it had to do with not Dark Templar, which I thought was really weird, but instead High Templar into the Archon drops. And my thoughts on that, and this is where I'm glad I've got someone else I can bounce the idea off of, someone who plays Zerg, is my thoughts are he's doing this because he's more worried about the Hydras, and maybe that way he can get faster storms? What would you think his reasoning would be for doing that?
I guess it's more efficient, right? Because Dark Templar costs so much minerals, and High Templar, costs mostly gas. So the problem with the DT drop build, partly as well because it's so expected, is it's very hard to secure a third base early because the DTs cost a lot of minerals, the Warp Prism cost a lot of minerals, so you kind of end up with this very delayed third. And because Zerg players are so used to dealing with it, a lot of Protoss players don't even try to go in with the DTs. They just immediately morph Archons and start dropping them. So it's like, well, maybe just open up the High Templar tech. That way you can get Storm earlier later. You're going to spend less minerals on the drop, and that gives you more minerals to get up, maybe some extra gateways, a third Nexus. So I actually really like that adjustment. It's something I haven't seen yet, but that'd be really cool. I hope he does it this game.
I'm a fan of watching the DTs just because after getting a taste of Zest and Showtime, watching them micro the DTs and not just making them straight to Archons, like then making the Archons, that for me has that sold to be the better path to do things. But either way, Billy did win a lot of PvZ, so I'm not going to say his path is wrong or bad or anything like that.
Well, the great thing about StarCraft is there's always so many ways to play the game. We always like to say, like, this is the way to play it now. This is the good way. This is the meta. This is what pros do. But realistically, there's so many options. And that's why we always have these moments constantly in StarCraft where it's like, oh my god, this guy made something new and incredible happen.
Yeah, because like you thermal going for the battle cruiser. Like, hello?
Exactly. This is how guys like, Bly are able to do crazy stuff all the time, man. They're just like, well, yeah, I have an idea. I think about it logically, and I find a way to execute it. So I just love seeing all the crazy new strats that we've got at the moment.
So, Elazer getting pretty dedicated with the Overlord speed to get those nice scouts. I was pretty worried. He did go for the fast gas with that pool. Like, was this just going to be a repeat of game 1? Would Billowy, like, be a little bit worried about that? But for Elazer's sake, he's playing a lot more, I guess, macro-oriented in mind.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like, interestingly, Billowy going to do a non-Glaives Adept Pressure. So, excuse me, no attack speed upgrade, and only now behind this going for the Robo and the Twilight Council. Quite delayed, but a very well-timed third base. So it looks like Billowy not really committing super hard to a frontal attack. Like, I think he's going to poke in here, just kind of force units out of Elazer, and then potentially try to back off. He might dive, but there aren't a lot of drones here for him to get. There we go. Yeah, this is really nice. Going to jump in here, try to grab a drone or two, and then shade on out of there. Doesn't quite get anything, gets one lava.
Yeah, the blood. Let the bloodletting begin.
My God, a whole lava. He takes the advantage.
I feel like we really do need to just overhype the stupidest things, like the barracks coming down and the Reaper and like the lava getting picked off. But we actually do have a Dark Shrine coming out of Billowy, so that's kind of interesting to see. On top of the fact that Elazer's getting a Baneling Nest. I think you get the Baneling Nest for anticipation of a lot of things, but what's always nice is when we have seen some cool instances of manual detonation to deal with a lack of detection. I think with the layer timing, though, he should have Overseers, but it's always a little bit worrisome because Elazer didn't do what Zerg does with the paranoia Spore Crawlers in every base.
Yeah, this is interesting. I think, I mean, I haven't watched Elazer as much recently. Unfortunately, there's mainly only been online cups recently, and I'm always asleep during most of the online cups.
Yeah, what time
is
it over in Australia right now?
Right now, it's 7:16 in the morning. So
it's like trying to catch Korean StarCraft for me. It's like catching regular StarCraft for you.
Exactly. Like it's interesting, but I think Elazer's gonna still focus on this Massling Bane style that he's so known for. Yeah, check it out. Left hand side, we've got a drop getting ready. He's gonna morph a couple of Banelings there, gonna turn that into a drop ship and get that moving in. He's also got Overlords well positioned on the right hand side of Billowy's base, where he can easily morph a drop ship over there as well. But for now, Billowy's going to be coming in with his first DT drop. There's actually no detection in the main base right now. Oh, Elazer didn't see that Dark Shrine. He didn't rescout the main base. Billowy's just going to dive in here. He's going to do a lot of damage.
You can probably focus on that Queen right away, for instance. Yeah, she's going to get picked off real quick. Corralled between 3 DTs. Feels bad, man. He's got those Banelings over here on that Overlord ready to go drop, but unfortunately for him, he's just gonna lose the lair. Oh my God!
He's trying to micro the Zerglings to push the DTs away from the hatchery. There we go.
With the Warp Prism micro, yeah, he saves all 4 of the DTs. Oh, disgusting.
That's really cute, right? It's this like slightly delayed DT timing, and he hid that Dark Shrine in the corner of his base, and Elazer just didn't happen to scout there a second time, so he didn't get that information he needed.
There's not enough counterattack potential to this. He's going to kill a lot of probes with these Banelings, and that's nice, but 10 probes does not make up for losing a lair. And let's not forget, look at this. There's the Archon follow-up, of course, for the DTs, so that's going to get even worse to
Baneling
deal
drop
with.
on the right-hand side of Billowy's base, and he's not watching again. Elazer starting to get some massive damage done here.
Okay,
oh, wow.
So 10 workers wasn't going to be a lot, but 20 certainly is. Of course, I guess the funny thing is he can still mine at the main. The macro hatchery was there, right? Like, okay, you got to rebuild the main one, but he still can mine.
Nice Archon damage so far. Cleans up a good number of Zerglings. Elazer's now, he did have the macro hatch in the main base, so yeah, as you said, he can still keep that kind of mining. His 4th base is now going down on the south side. He's got +2 melee on the way. He's building 8 roaches, so it really looks like just a Ravagerling Bane style. Billowy doesn't want to give him time though. Billowy's just going to kind of move across the map here with Archon charge.
There's 4 Immortals, or sorry, 4 Archons, 3 Immortals. Like, this is a roach and link killing army. Charge is finished on the Zealots too. They slam into the front line, body slamming those things. We got some DTs coming in for the fight too. He can see them, but it's not going to stop him from dealing so much damage. GG, Billowy with the comeback. Game number 2.
Nice. That was so smart by Billowy there. Like, you can see his thought process. I killed your lair. I know I've just slowed down like your tech and things like Baneling speed and so on. I know that you're not mining. You're probably just rebuilding your drones, and you just invested in killing a bunch of my workers. He's like, look, if I give Elazer time right now, he's going to like soar ahead of me in economy, catch back up. But you know what? I've got Archons. I just killed a bunch of Zerglings in the main. Let's just go and kill you right now. You just threw away so much money in those Baneling drops that aren't going to help your army. And he had the map control, I think. So I don't know if Elazer really saw that attack until it was on top of him.
What
That was
surprises me
sick
so much
play.
about that, though, is like whether it's a Stargate opener or a more expected DT opener or Archon, like every Zerg player we've been watching since like the beginning of HOTS, there's at least been one Spore Crawler down in one of the bases. Sometimes they'll go for one in every single one, but to have none, just like flat out no detection, that was either very greedy or silly out of Elazer. I don't know which.
This is why I like the Overlord speed build, right? I always tell people, like, you know, this is a great build, but you got to play like a god, man. Like, if you get that Overlord speed, you need to like scout everything with your Overlords and react to everything, because the whole way it works is like you can't afford to invest so much in that early Overlord speed and get Spore Crawlers for scouting, because then you're like unless you actually know they're going for detection. The whole point of the Overlord speed is you need to see exactly what's happening and then kind of like really hard counter that one option.
Yeah.
And Elazer just like got a bit lazy with his scouting there. Didn't go back in the main base and was like, yeah, you're just taking a third, doing some lighter depth pressure. It's cool. And we saw how that worked out. 4 DT drop in the main, just like wrecked that lair. And I'm sure Elazer knows what his mistake was. This game he's probably just going to be very focused on like making sure he scouts again and again with those Overlords and sees all of the tech.
All right, I'm gonna pass you host so you can do referee thing and then go when they're ready. I do want to remind you guys though that this is only the first of 2 semifinals. We have another best of 3. That's another PvZ. It's gonna be Liquid Mana versus Liquid Snoot. So pretty excited for that one as well. Thank you for joining us here this Monday for some StarCraft. It's nice to see so many people tuning in. 3.3K is not too shabby for the semifinals. We'll see what we can hit for those grand finals.
Couple of good games so far. Billowy's just asking to wait. He's going to go to the toilet very quickly. I guess that's what toll is. And this is like my interpretation skills of people's chat shorthand. But
yeah, Zomgrim actually gets mad at me for like quote unquote, not mad, but like misinterpreting things, because I'll be like, yeah, he really wants to go, but he's just saying go. Like, I'm just assuming he really wants to go because he's typing it like 3 times in a row.
I love that. There's always the pro players as well who like just do that, like go
yeah,
go because they like really hate waiting, and you're just like, all right, easy there, buddy.
Yeah, when we were in Korea for the VSL finals, we got to watch Innovation spam the lobby to the point where I'm like, he's gonna get like timed out or something soon. Like that guy, the god of APM, just like spamming it all into go 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 go. If you guys can imagine that.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I've seen the war between players before where they're both trying to like out-spam each other before the game starts. You're like, what is happening right now? The chat is just like blurring like one of those it's like one of those pokey machines, and you're just like, okay, this is actually ridiculous right now. I was watching Innovation's stream the other day, by the way, and I remember watching him in like HOTS, and he was playing very calm and precisely. And I was like, oh, cool, you know, he's actually like very organized and clean with his APM. He's like not crazy fast, just super efficient.
Yeah.
I was watching him the other day stream Legacy, and it's just like his screen is blurring all over the place. He's doing 40 things at once. I'm like, okay, he's adjusted to the faster pace of Legacy, I guess. Like, he plays so fast.
Yeah, I'm actually, again, it sucks that Pro League's gone, and it certainly hurt things. But at the same time, if it gives us Innovation and Sue and Dark and everybody streaming almost daily, like, yo, that's not a bad consolation prize. You know what I'm saying?
It really isn't. Like, there's a big restructuring in the scene right now. Like, it's becoming more like community focused, and it's not like, you know, oh my god, this guy's playing for SKT, but it's really cool because it's going to bring a lot of those Korean players like so much closer to the community. It's going to be really awesome.
They're also signing up for all of our tournaments. Like, again, watching Zest come to Europe for a weekly cup, like, what is that, right? Stats as well, regularly for 3 tournaments in a row. I mean, did you see the roster for the Make Korea Great Again tournament, the one we actually dedicated for Korea?
Yeah, dude, that was sick.
Dude, Innovation Classic Finals, Innovation beating Beyond in the semifinals. Like, dude, I was Krieggasming the whole cast. So again, like, okay, I'm sure that this isn't exactly super sustainable for them, but it's nice to have them part of the community. More on that later, though. Let's get these intros out of the way. We're on Habitation Station for game number 3. It's tied up 1 apiece. I'm Rifkin Caston with Pig. You guys are watching the Corsair Cup, sponsored by Corsair. And on the top left side, we got the Korean Protoss, the away team player for this European event, Billowy.
Oh, I think your mic may have just cut out for me. And spawning up here in the top right-hand side, we have Elazer.
So that's one of the fantastic things about Skype. It's
I can't hear you at all right now.
Yeah, I have to restart the call.
Interesting.
So you guys can hear the ringing of Skype for a sec here. It's rather tedious and annoying. Just give it a sec. Hey, buddy. So that's the great thing about Skype. After you do a certain amount of hours, it just drops in quality to the point where you literally can't hear somebody.
Yeah, Skype, best program ever.
I will say,
been enjoying Discord a lot.
yeah, Discord has actually been our backup go-to. But what's nice is at least Skype doesn't give your IP away to get DDoS all the time anymore. So at least they're making improvements.
Yeah, that was actually a big one. I remember I didn't even know about that, and I was like, oh man, I need to go renew my free like Amazon Web Services account, but now I have to pay money for it. And then I was like asking someone, and Nate's just like, oh, you know, like they don't give your IP away anymore, right? Like they fixed that. And I was like, really? I can get rid of like all these stupid rules I have on my firewall and stuff.
I had like
thank God.
2 different. There was a time where what I was doing was I ran 2 different internet lines through my house. One was the one I would use for casting, and the other one was the one I would use for Skype, so that if it got DDoSed, at least the stream wouldn't go down. I was paying like an extra 40 to 70 bucks a month for that. It was so stupid.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Smoky Mandate. Cheers for 100 bits and says, can't get over how sick this is. Oh, this watch is. You guys are all right too. Oh yeah, he bought one of the wood watches from Yord. Dude, tweet us a picture. But yeah, the wood watch deal's still going. I guess I can just mention that briefly. If you guys are really curious, woodwatches.com/base is the site to go to. And what's cool is, just like everything else we try to do, they were cool to agree with transparency. You can see exactly how much money's been raised through sales and how close we are to the next big BaseTradeTV event.
That's actually really cool. And that's really nice. So interestingly, Elazer here opening up with the exact same build he seems to do almost every game. Just going for a fast zergling speed. And he's going to trap the nice first adept out on the map here. Going to be able to get himself a nice early kill there. That adept just going to pick off a single zergling before it goes down. Billowy, though, this time around going for the classic glaives opening. Going to go for that very fast adept attack speed upgrade.
Well, Pig, maybe not so classic, because look down here in the very southern part of the map.
Ooh, cheeky cheeky. Looks like he might set up a gateway there. Could even do like a 7 gate, just like mass adept warp-ins. Because keep in mind, this gold base, Protoss does not want to let Zerg just mine from that for free. And these bases are quite spread apart. There's a lot of gaps between the bases where there's no creep connecting it just yet. Like Elazer's starting to connect it, but if the depth starts shading around everywhere, that could get out of control pretty fast.
So that's a big point though, right? Like he actually didn't see any of this with the original adept. It's maybe assumed that the gold base gets taken, but no confirmation at a Billowy just yet.
True that. It looks like Billowy's going to move down to take a nice, relatively early third. He's setting up a pylon in the bottom right-hand side. So yeah, I think we're going to see a delayed DT/Archon drop follow-up.
Oh,
he's just going to go for a third base.
This Ling out of Elazer is a god!
Oh my god.
So he's not going to see the DTs warping in because, you know, that's cool and that's how stealth works. But still, knowing that there's going to be warp-ins of some caliber, of some variety, don't know if he'll get all 4 DTs in.
May notice the blurs there as well. I'm not sure if Elazer's seen it or not. There's no spores going. Oh, the spores are going down just now. I think it's a little bit late. The lair is only just starting. Oh man, is this gonna be able to focus down the spore?
If he gets to the spore call right now, it's not pre-blocked. He can kill it with 2 DTs, but he's gonna be blocked. Oh, Elazer's gonna try and prevent them from getting on top of it. That's so smart.
Well played here by Elazer. The spore in the main is very delayed though, but Elazer on top of his micro, he can see the blurs, the shadows of those DTs, and he's following them. Look at this, he's even got Banelings following.
I know, I think he's confident enough to manually detonate if he knew he could catch them both, but there we go. Detection's up, so not too much of a problem beyond that. Oh, the DT actually gets out of 2 health, barely. Of course, the health of
harassment there from Billowy, right? That wasn't like all in or anything, and now he's already got an Archon coming across. These 2 DTs are going to morph into an Archon. He's going to group up, and he's still going to have that DT harassment. So he's up a couple of workers, and pretty even so far in this game, but only Queens and Zerglings to deal with this drop. So if this Archon can kind of find an angle where the Queens aren't defending, he can come in and just kill a lot of Zerglings.
Oh, but Pig, that's a lot more DTs that just came in. I don't know what this is going to be. 4 Archons deep?
Oh,
just get some adepts on that second warp in?
He stopped probing. He's got yeah, he's just massing. He's got 7 gateways. He's just going to go for a huge attack here. 4 Archons, 2 DTs, another 2 Adepts, and another DT. There are a few Banelings and Queens here though. Elazer's much better set up to defend than he was last time. The Archon splash is pretty massive though. Good Archon pickup so far, but 1 Archon already falls, and it's just a little bit too much defense for Elazer. Swarms over the top and shuts it down.
You know, I'm not gonna give him an excuse, but I did feel like a little bit of the miss micro there may have been that cross-server latency kicking in. Again, Billowy coming from Korea to Europe is like the worst combination of servers you could hope for. So some of the Archon stuff could have been done a lot cleaner. Unfortunately, losing them all, though, that's pretty devastating.
Ooh, just to give you guys an idea of the latency from Europe to Asia. Ooh, Adept's going to come in. I was talking to Snoot, and Snoot was saying... GG. So Elazer, let's take that game.
Snoop was saying GG? That's so crazy. Because Billowy just said GG.
It's crazy. These guys are like brothers from other mothers. But so back to the point, Snoop was saying that I was talking to him about the IEM qualifier, and he woke up at some obscene hour to play the, the qualifier.
We saw him in both of them. Yeah, he played in all 3
and
of them.
And I was like, how was that? Playing with no sleep, cross server from Europe to Korea. And he's like, I got a VPN to bring my ping down to a stable 285 from like 350, 400. So it wasn't as bad as it could be. I'm just there I'm like, yep. That sounds about right. You literally cannot micro anything. You can't even macro because you'll go select lava and you got to wait like a second before you can actually then use the lava to build units. You've got to wait for the latency for every action that you do. It just handicaps you so bad.
Yeah, actually, Snoot at one point didn't even want to be cast because the latency was getting to him so badly, and he ended up losing the pet because of it, I think, in the ZvZ. So it can really suck. Anyways, guys, I do hope you'll stick around. We got a really juicy other semifinals coming up. It might look similar, it might look different, but it is going to be Snoot versus Mana. So we'll be back.
Did we finish that series? I can't. I'm having a mental blank. Oh, game 1 was the Roach Ling all-in, wasn't it? Right.
You just made me second guess myself. I'm pretty sure that was game 3. I'm 99% sure, but now that you brought this doubt into my mind.
There's always whenever there's a quick all-in in game 1, I just always forget that game, and then I'm like, huh? What?
Oh, Pig, don't do that to me, man. I'm not mentally prepared for moments like that. Anyways, we are gonna go to commercial break while we get this other lobby set up. It's gonna be Snoot versus Mana. Don't say a word, Pig. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes.